Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Learning Fast. Ani kuri Kwiga Vuba Icyongereza. Today, my friend, you are going to be learning this word once. Tugiye kwa twigira ijambo once, ndibwira yuko wagiye uhura naryo kenshi ahantu hagiye hatandukanye rikoreshwa mu buryo butandukanye. That is why we are going to make sure that you understand it well and be able to use this word. Turibuze kuryiga turebe nama expressions arikomokaho, expressions ziba zirimo ijambo once. Isomo rijya kurangira urabushobora kuba rikoresha mu buzima busanzwe mu Cyongereza wakoresha buri munsi. Now, before we dive into the lesson, I want you to know that we can teach you wherever you are, my friend, wherever you are. Aho waba uri hose twakwigisha. If you are in USA, Canada, Europe, or any part of the world and you feel like you want to be part of us, we can teach you. How? Via Zoom. Uri muri Amerika, muri Canada, muri Europe n'ahandi hose ku isi, ukaba wifuza kwigana natwe, turagukurikirana kuri Zoom. Ukava ku rwego rumwe ukagera ku rundi, ukabasha kuvuga Icyongereza nta kibazo. You might be the next person to be speaking English fluently and confidently. Mu gihe uganye natwe ushobora kuba ariwo muntu uzaba uvuga Icyongereza wifitiye icyizere ndetse udategwa. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the lesson. Reka twinjire mu isomo twiga iri jambo once. Ubundi once turikoresha tuvuga one time. One time. That is once. Inshuro imwe cyangwa se igihe kimwe. For example, you can say, I visited USA once. I visited USA once. Bivuze ko wasuye Amerika inshuro imwe. I visited USA once. Okay? If you've been to United States for only one time, inshuro imwe gusa, then you can say I visited USA once. Once tuba tuyikoresha tuvuga inshuro imwe. You can even say we only met once. Twahuye inshuro imwe gusa. We only met once. That means it happened one time. Byabaye inshuro imwe. Another example, you can say I tried coffee once. I tried coffee once. Bivuze ngo nagerageje ikawa inshuro imwe, wenda urayikunda cyangwa se ntiwayikunda. I tried coffee once. Nagerageje ikawa inshuro imwe. Here we are using this once to mean one time. Turikoresha iyi once tuvuga inshuro imwe. Tujye kureba indi mikoreshereze y'iri jambo once. Iyi once dushobora kuyikoresha ijyana n'akajambo only. Tukavuga only once. Okay? Only once. Reka turebe ingero. You can say I have only been in Kigali once. Noneho iyi once kujyana na only. I have only been in Kigali once. Nabyo bivuze ngo nageze Kigali inshuro imwe gusa, kuko only hano bivuga gusa. I have only been in Kigali once. Nageze muri Kigali inshuro imwe gusa. Another example, you can say she only called once. She only called once. Yahamagaye inshuro imwe gusa. She only called once. Another example, you can say we only met once. We only met once. Bivuze ngo twahuye inshuro imwe gusa. We only met once. That is once. Tumaze kureba uburyo bubiri tuyikoresha. Once yo bwayo ari yonyine ivuga inshuro imwe, noneho once tukayikoresha iri kujyana n'akajambo only. Nanone iyi once tuyikoresha turi kuvuga in the past, mu gihe cyatambutse, tuvuga formally. Ibintu yo mu gihe cyashize, cyangwa se at one time, inshuro imwe kera, cyangwa tuvuga used to be. Iyo tuvuze ngo used to be, tuba tuvuze yuko byari akamenyero ko mu gihe cyatambutse. That is used to be. Let's say examples kugira ngo ushobore gusobanukirwa ingero nibwira yuko arizo zigufasha kuba kumva ibyo turi kwiga. You can say he was once a teacher. He was once a teacher ni ukuvuga ngo he was formerly a teacher, kera yari mwarimu. He was once a teacher. You can say he articulates things so well. Avuga ibintu neza ku buryo bwumvikana. Yeah, he does that because he was once a teacher. He does that because he was once a teacher. Ibyo arabikora kubera ko yigeze kuba mwarimu. Niyo mpamvu ubona yasobanura ibintu abisobanura neza. He was once a teacher. Okay? Once here we are talking about something that used to be in the past. Let's see another example. You can say the building that you see was once a hospital. Iyi nyubako urora nonaha yahoze ari ibitaro. The building that you see was once a hospital. The ijambo building ntabwo tuvuga building. Some people say building, the others say building. Ibyo cyose ntabwo ari byo. We don't say building, we don't say building. We say building. The building that you see was once a hospital. Inyubako ubona kera yari ibitaro. The building that you see was once a hospital. Let's see another example. Reka turebe urundi rugero. You can say he once worked here. He once worked here. Ni ukuvuga ngo at one time he worked here. Bivuze ngo yigeze gukora hano. He once worked here. At one time he worked here. Hari igihe yigeze gukora hano. That is once. Turi kuvuga ibintu byo mu gihe cyatambutse cyangwa se something that you used to do back in time, kera. Let's see another once. Nanone once tuyikoresha nka as soon as. As soon as babishatse kuvuga ngo immediately, instantly, muri ako kanya. Iyi ko tuyikora noneho dufata once tukongeraho subject cyangwa se ngenga, nyuma ya subject tugashyiraho verb. That's how we do it. Once, then after subject, after that verb. Let's see examples. Wibuke tuba tuvuga instantly cyangwa se immediately, nyuma ikintu kikimara kuba. Let's see examples. Once you arrive, call me. Bivuze ngo ukihagera umpamagare. Once you arrive, call me. Ukihagera uhita umpamagara. That means instantly after you've arrived, hit me up or give me a call. To hit someone up, it means to call. Hit me up, call me. Uhite wowe umpamagara. Another example. Once it stops raining, we will leave. Once it stops raining, we will leave. Imvura ikirangiza kugwa turahita tugenda. Once it stops raining, we will leave. Another example. Once the food is ready, we can eat. Once the food is ready, we can eat. Mu gihe amafunguro ari buze kuba akirangiza kuboneka, tushobora guhita turya. Once the food is ready, we can eat. That is it. Here, we are using once to mean as soon as. Once you see her, you will love her. Once you see her, you love her. Nukuvuga ngo ukimubona ndabizi yuko uzamukunda. Once you see her, you will love her immediately, or as soon as you see her, you love her. Ukimubona uzamukunda. That is once, as soon as. Once turi kwikoresha nka as soon as. Na as soon as masomo yatambutse twarayize. Let's continue with the other expressions with once.
Kimwe mu bintu byagufasha kuvuga icyongereza ndetse bitakugoye ni ukumenya interuro zitandukanye zikoreshwa mu buzima busanzwe. Iki gitabo kirimo interuro 5000 zisobanuye mu Kinyarwanda, hakabamo n'ibibazo ndetse n'ibisubizo by'ibyo bibazo, ku buryo mu gihe umuntu akubajije ikibazo ushobora kuba wasubiza nta kibazo, cyangwa se mu gihe ukeneye kuba wabaza ushobora kuba wabaza icyo ushaka kubaza. Ikindi harimo interuro ku ngingo zigiye zitandukanye, ku buryo kugira iki gitabo byagufasha mu cyongereza cyawe cyo kuvuga. Niba mu gihe uri kuvuga amagambo akubana makeya, this is a book for you. Iki ni igitabo cyagufasha. Iki gitabo kigambiriye kuzamura inyunguramagambo zawe z'icyongereza. Harimo amagambo asobanuye English and Kinyarwanda dictionary, inkoranyamagambo y'icyongereza ndetse n'ikinyarwanda. Rero niba ushaka kuzamura urwego rwawe rw'inyunguramagambo, this is a book that you need. More than 200 pages, page zirenga 200 z'amagambo y'icyongereza asobanuye mu Kinyarwanda. This book can help you to improve your vocabulary. Iki gitabo cyagufasha kongera inyunguramagambo zawe. Igihe cyose turi gusobanura ibikorwa, dukenera gukoresha inshinga. Okay? Iki gitabo kirimo regular verbs, inshinga zikurikiza amategeko, irregular verbs, inshinga zidakurikiza amategeko. Kuri buri inshinga tukaguha urugero, okay, ku buryo uramenya inshinga ukaba ushobora no kuba wayikoresha. Ikindi nanone harimo ibihe 12, ibihe 12 by'icyongereza bisobanuye, ku buryo mu gihe umaze gusoma iki gitabo uba ushobora kuba wakoresha inshinga nta kibazo. Inshinga nicyo gice cy'ingenzi mu nteruro, kuko aba ari nk'umutima w'interuro. Rero mu gihe ugiye gusobanura ibikorwa ukora, ibikorwa uzakora, ibikorwa uri gukora, icyo gihe uzakenera iki gitabo kugira ngo kibe cyagufasha ukemura ibyo. If you want to work on your spoken English, niba ushaka kuzamura icyongereza cyawe cyo kuvuga, this is a dialogue book. Iki ni igitabo kirimo ibiganiro by'icyongereza ndetse bisobanuye mu Kinyarwanda. Ndetse harimo na irregular verbs, harimo phrasal verbs. This is a book that you need if your purpose is only speaking. Niba kumva icyongereza ubasha ko wacyumva, ariko kuvuga wajya kuvuga interuro ugiye gukoresha kumva ntabwo ziri kuza neza, ufashe igitabo ukagisoma rimwe, inshuro ebyiri, ukabirangiza, ukakinyuramo, ukakirangiza, ukongera ukagisubiramo. Icyo gihe you can speak English with this book. Ni ugufata igitabo ukagisoma, warangiza kugisoma ukihatira no kumva icyongereza cyane. Ibyo bikoze, you are good to go. Biba birangiye, icyongereza watangira kukivuga ndetse nta kibazo. And finally, this is a book, kana gatabo gatoya gahuriza hamwe ibikomoka muri bya bitabo byose nagiye nkwereka, akaba kanagura make 18,000. Rero nako ugakeneye, we can help you to get it, kuko hari abagenda batubwira yuko bakeneye ibitabo by'amafaranga makeya. We prepared this book for you. So if you need either one of our books, waduvugisha kuri 0780 293112 cyangwa se 0728034227.
Nanone iyi once twayikoresha tuvuga nka if cyangwa se after cyangwa when. Twayikoresha nka if, tukayikoresha nka after cyangwa se when. Let's see examples. Reka turebe ingero. Once you know the answer, tell me. Once you know the answer, tell me bivuze ngo ukimara kumenya igisubizo umbwire. After you know the answer, tell me. Turi gukoresha noneho nka after, nyuma. Nyuma yo kumenya igisubizo ukimbwire. After you know the answer, tell me. Let's see another example. Once you understand this rule, everything becomes easier. Once you understand this law, everything becomes easier. Iyo tuvuze everything ibimeze ni nkuko twavuga it becomes easier. Everything tuyifata nk'ahari one thing. Once you understand this law, everything becomes easier. Cyangwa se if you understand this rule, if you understand this rule, everything becomes easier. Mu gihe umaze kumvira itegeko buri kintu kirakorohera. That's it. Another example, once people start talking, it's difficult to stop them. Once people start talking, it's difficult to stop them. Mu gihe abantu batangiye kuvuga biba bigoye kubahagarika. Once people start talking, it's difficult to stop them. Here we are using once as if or when. When people start talking, it's difficult to stop them. Gihe abantu batangiye kuvuga biba bigoye kubahagarika. Good. Nanone once tuyikoresha turi kuvuga ko after something has happened. Nyuma ikintu kimaze kuba. Okay? After something has happened. Let's say example. Once the door is closed, don't open it. Mu gihe umuryango umaze kwifunga ntuwufungure. Once the door is closed, don't open it. Ni nyuma yuko umuryango umaze kwifunga. Okay? Another example. Once the exam starts, can't leave. Mu gihe ikizamini cyatangiye ntabwo ushobora kuba wagenda. Once the exam starts, you can't leave or you cannot leave. Another example. Once you make a promise, please keep it. Once you make a promise, please keep it. Mu gihe warangije gutanga isezerano ririnde. Once you make a promise, please keep it. Nanone once twayikoresha turi kuvuga something that will happen in the future. Turi kuvuga ikintu kizaba mu gihe kiri imbere. Example. Once I graduate, I'll find a job. Nindangiza ishuri nzashaka akazi. Once I graduate, I'll find a job. Another example. Once we save enough money, we'll buy a house. Nitumara kubika amafaranga ahagije, tuzagura inzu. Once we save enough money, we'll buy a house. Reka turebe some expressions with once. Imvugo dukunda gukoresha ziri kumwe na once harimo nka once again. Once again wabivuze ku yindi nshuro. Once again. Example. Please explain once again. Ihangane wongere ubisobanure. Please explain once again. Another example. Thank you once again. Nanone urakoze. Thank you once again. Cyangwa se nanone murakoze. Indi expression ni once more. Once more bivuze ngo one more time. Once more. Example. Say it once more. Ongera ubivuge. Say it once more. Another example. Can you repeat that once more? Ese ibyo yakongera ukabisubiramo. Can you repeat that once more? Nanone tugira imvugo yitwa once in a while. Once in a while bivuze ngo sometimes cyangwa se occasionally. Sometimes cyangwa occasionally. Example. I eat pizza once in a while. Rimwe na rimwe ni ya pizza. I eat pizza once in a while. Another example. She visits us once in a while. Rimwe na rimwe ajya dusura. She visits us once in a while. These are some usages of this word once. Iyi ni imikoreshereze y'ijambo once. These are just few of them. Hari indi mikoresherezwe y'iri jambo once. Gusa ntabwo nayirangiza mu isomo rimwe. We'll learn again this word in a more detailed way. Next time tuzongera turyige nanone ikindi gihe. Or if you want to learn with us, we will learn it if you want to know more about the word, we learn it immediately. My friends, keep learning, keep growing, and see you next time. See you.